Too close, isn't it? So, hello, Taha. How are you?
One of the things I love about history is that you realize that we're
Because I had something stolen from my truck, and I finally realized the value of what was stolen, and it was very, very expensive. So I was dwelling on it last night. And because the Japanese police are not very good, so it's unlikely I will get it returned. That egg. No, it's an open truck. It was taken from the back of the truck. The menu, I had 2 eggs and toast. I like the old, I don't know, I guess most people dip their toast in the eggs, if the eggs are made properly. Yeah, the gas Bombay, as they're called, they're pretty easy to take. Even if they're full, I think the big ones are quite heavy if they're full. I've got 1 or 2 in the house. My natural gas is cut off at the moment, so I use electricity for the kettle and gas when I'm cooking. Well, it could be the neighbours, but it's it was parked in a few places, and before I realised, I didn't actually realise what the value was of these things, and there was quite a lot of them, a very abnormal amount of them. Where are you from, Taha? Well, it was one of mine's never gone viral, but maybe some people have made memes of the things I said and videos. My computer is not gay, so maybe a meme was made of that, I think, and a few other things. Yeah, I've been looking at TikTok, and it seems, but people just get me so. I get so irritated by some of the videos. No, I've got Wi-Fi at the house. I stream from the house now and again. Sometimes from outside the house, sometimes from 7-Eleven. But I do have Wi-Fi. I'm thinking of changing it because it's too expensive. Yes, I'm still in Iwakura. But if I stream from here, then I can have drinks for a while. But that doesn't sound too good, does it? Oh, I haven't seen. I've got this phone. This phone is Rakuten, but I haven't seen what you're talking about. Is that for home? But I have my phone with. I have my phone with Commufa. I'll have to ask my daughter to look that up. Docomo were offering something for 4,000 the other week. Oh. Maybe it stopped snowing. If it stops snowing, what I might do, what time is it? Let's have a look at this. I haven't seen this unlimited offer. Can you tell me about it? Yeah, I think in the world, Japanese Wi-Fi is pretty good. And I'm not sure if the newer phone might be better. But I tried to change onto the new phone, but it was very difficult to do. It wouldn't let me do it. because I need to go through Google. And it seemed Google didn't want me to change names. So, no. This offer, which offer? Well, I've got the mobile phone, and I don't pay until later this year. I'm not sure when I got it actually. I'll have to ask my daughter. I think then it's 3,000 yen per month on the mobile phone. But I think they're still building their network. I'm just gonna go outside and check this weather. Yeah, looks like the snow stopped. That's good. I've no idea. Bunto 48, I have no idea who you want it. That's one of them gone. That's the other one gone. Are you guys just fucking about with me? Well, I was going to finish this and go. and sort the truck out, but now it started snowing again. Just not in the mood to be fucked about with. All right, Ed. I think what seems to be a recent game on live streams is 2 or 3 people get together and decide to fucking try and take the piss out of people. It's snowing. You know, these everyone's going on about these. I've got a couple of points I want to make here. I wanted a diesel truck, and I was talked out of it. And I drove my friend's diesel truck, a lorry, 2-ton lorry, and we drove quite a distance. And I noticed the fuel gauge wasn't fucking moving. It was getting so many miles to the gallon. And this is my point with these diesel trucks. They're less polluting because you get more miles from them. And I don't think with the new electric cars, all well and good, but the tax that is not taken from gasoline is going to come from fucking other places, and it's not going to be Amazon that's paying that, or Tesla, or Elon Musk, or Starbucks. The other thing is related to is this cold weather that you got in Texas. For years, many scientists, not all the fucking gobshites who are getting paid to say it, many scientists have warned not of global warming, but of a fucking mini ice age. And when you get what's happening in Texas now and other parts of the United States, it's more likely there's going to be a fucking mini ice age rather than fucking global warming. What is wrong with the place like in Southeast Asia? You've already got these countries that have got an average temperature of like 28 degrees all year round. It's as I can see that kind of temperature part, I wouldn't like it, but I'm not Muslim, so I'm okay. But I think one of the most negative things is dengue fever and waterborne diseases, you know. But now you can't fucking do anything. But the thing is that just by planting trees, we can offset this carbon, to take in the carbon. We can plant trees. We can do things to fucking affect it. Like in England, they're talking. What are we all gonna do? Just fucking sit on social fucking systems, fucking talking to each other about fucking bollocks. Oh, it's that jump to Guinea. Is that South America? There's a few countries named Guinea in there, or Papua New Guinea. Does that jump borders or jump continents? I'm guessing someone's fucking about it, Ed. Like the CIA. I watched the film last night. Two Guns. Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington. You know, and one of the bad guys, or the biggest bad guy, was fucking CIA. Which is okay. What is it? It's not like in South America, isn't there? Country. Yeah, it's not my favourite cup of tea either. But yeah, he irritates me. Well, he comes from Boston. Mark Wahlberg comes from Boston. What do you expect? Fancy that, a Bostonian being racist. Look at with all you. They were the first racists because they wanted to keep out the British. Is he an Irish Jew? Yeah, there was that controversy with Ebola, wasn't there, when the blacks were dying left, right, and centre, and then I don't know. It's a conundrum, isn't it? Because they'll be wanting to. Half of them wants to spend all the money on beer, and the other half wants to save all the money, or they just get other people to buy their beer. So it could be. Irish Jew. What do I think about the vaccine? Well, I was watching a doctor on TikTok this morning, and I think it's better that you take it because it's not. Mainly because if and his end up clinching point was that even if you don't die for it, you can have like serious long-term effects from. So if you recover from it, you can have serious long-term effects. So it's probably best to take the vaccine. You know, there's going to be the odd one or two that has a severe reaction to it. Then. But like I, amongst many people, they, I think it's doing more damage. What if the over 60s, like me and Ed, they should just, where they were having problems, just isolate all the over 60s. 30% of the deaths in England were caused by nursing homes sending patients to the hospital, then they went to the hospital, then they brought back the fucking disease, the infection from hospital. Then you've got all these young people. Shout a bit louder, pal. So, you know, they just think the incompetent, the ruling, or they think they haven't got it, or they think it'll be all right. So you've got all these people from all over the world, fucking lax in their attitude, badly trained. Well, but with the FDA, that has always happened when they want to get a drug through. Money has changed hands, without a doubt. But they will be forcing people to take it, you know. It is, I don't know, but basically a lot of Americans are uneducated and they're easily fucking brainwashed. That's the problem. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, I think what we should do is we should do what the British did to Mel Gibson and his family. Put them in a church, burn the fucking church down. They did it in Waco. It just needs to occur more often. But they just help them to heaven. That's where they want to go. They're waiting for Jesus to come back. Just give them a leg up. I just can't understand this concept where they think they think they can sit at God's side. God, if there is one, is probably out all night fucking drinking. So they're not going to get to sit with them. No, but what was that film he was in with that other Australian actor? When fighting the British or something. They're not using any in Japan at the moment. The Patriot, that's it, yeah. Yeah, they're not using any at the moment. My daughter's told me that maybe from April and then the medical services will be getting it first. But it's still very low here, you know, like I don't wear a mask. If I put a mask on to go into a restaurant, I don't mind wearing a mask. But sometimes when you forget it, that's when you get pissed off. Or when they keep changing policies. Look at 20 million. So if they get 20 million, and then if they have another month of that, they should be coming out of fucking lockdown. I don't know how they're fucking managing to do that lockdown, you know. Yeah, I don't. Well, these are just the fucking right wingers, I guess. You stick. Well, I started to watch Apocalypto, but because it's in, so the subtitles are in Japanese, and the main thing is fucking Australian, so I couldn't understand it. I just wonder, you know, they fucked it up, didn't they? The British, the French, and the Germans, just going all over the fucking world, spreading this fucking bollocks about Jesus. Japan had the right idea. When they came to Japan, they fucking got them and fucking put them in boiling oil. I have no idea who Jack Boot Johnson is. Do you mean the president who killed JFK? That guy? But didn't Johnson do some good things as well, you know, socially? With pay and integration, things like that. Social things. So I am really wishing I had fucking unloaded the truck instead of coming here for a beer yesterday afternoon. Yeah, they're all fucked up, the Philippines. Never seen so many God-fearing slags in my life. Well, apparently my friend, he says what the Philippines, and then what they do. I think the game plan is they breed children in the church, they get taught English, and then they can work overseas. And then when they work in, if they work in America, like you can live on 10,000 yen. You can live 1,000 yen in Philippines. So they get a daughter. If she comes to Japan, she works in a 7-Eleven. You know, she's getting like 150, 160,000 yen pay. They send it back to the fucking families. They can live on it and they don't fucking work. I haven't, no. I need to do it. You know, the most enjoyable thing about that intermittent fasting was that I would only shit once a day. It's, you know, I gave my arse a rest. I think that's the best thing. I need to do it again. I'd recommend it for that alone. There was a general in 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 Bangkok, and they took over, and they featured him, and they talked about and did a program on him in Japan, and he would only eat once a day in the evening. That was it. And I think there are cultures that do that. They'll eat once or twice a day, or sometimes they might go without food for a few days, and just eat when they're hungry. These are not Americans, by the way. Yeah, and they can't change them. They can't change them. It's just too strong. What's your opinion on the Mormons? Well, you just got. Well, I actually, when I was traveling across America, I called in on a Mormon's house and I said, explain about Mormonism, and they did. They were nice people. And there was a Scottish comedian. There was a Scottish comedian, and he like made up a name called Chad something. He was doing a television show going across America, and and there was, it's like Chad Johnson or something like that. And there was any fucking name you want to choose. There are lots. There are lots. This Chad Johnson got in touch with this Scottish comedian, and he went to their house and they had a party, massive party. Everybody's enjoying themselves, but no fucking alcohol. Crazy party. They got a band on there. They got a band in the house, and also in his this comedian put underneath his bed. He got like a fucking massive array of weapons. Yeah, they do. But one of the saddest things about Mormons is that if the child says, I'm fucking fed up with this bullshit, when he's 18, they kick him out of the house and they don't have contact with him. They would rather be with the church than their own fucking children. Well, they will. They are what the government is. The Mormons, isn't it? No, unless I'm just gonna fucking burn my brother's houses down. That's the only thing I can go back for, really. So, but I went on the Mormon Trail or the Western Trail or the Pioneer Trail. Quite interesting. So I called in at a few points, and like that accumulated with me actually having food with the mum and dad. I think they had 6 kids or 9 kids. They had like five of their own and a few that were adopted. So that was that the Mormon mafia then, Ed? I'm early. Just took a dump without locking the door. Oh, fucking hell. Sorry, having my face. No, not whatsoever. Someone said he was living in my head, free, rent free. Well, I don't know. The thing is in America or the internet, as soon as one person says it fucking. The one that I hated was the that's above my pay grade. And it was, I think it was I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was a Bruce Willis film. They introduced, people make characters for films and then they insert them in a film. I didn't realise this. And there were like 3 or 4 characters introducing this cunt, introducing that cunt. And they gave them too much of a part in the film. Thank God they've stopped it. Here we go, sign back in. You Uganda be kidding. Yes, there was a. I didn't see it fully. I just glanced at it, and apparently a massive fucking how many fucking cars. Are they fucking that those conditions? Everybody should be going like fucking 25, 30 miles an hour. So, was there any big fucking death tolls on the bad weather this week or the last few days in America? No, I was talking to Victor the other night. There was this guy, and he looked like Victor, and he was a Facebook friend of a Facebook friend of mine. And so when I saw him, I just called out his name, and this guy he was like, yeah, of course, yeah. And also they're fucking stupid. I remember when I was working for Telecom, I went in this office, and there was this woman. It was a lawyer's office, and this woman was saying, "I don't understand it. Why does everybody drive slower in the rain?" I had a fucking tough time holding my tongue then. Yeah, but if you're not used to it and it looks strange, shouldn't you slow down? Well, I guess that's why you've got fucking 35,000 people dying on the roads. Is it still 35,000 a year? Parsons Cross, and then when I was an adult, 16, I went to live with my auntie in Shirecliffe for a while. Then they kicked me out. Then Winkerbank, and I bought a house in Winkerbank. But they ripped up all the tram lines in California, didn't they? Maybe a lot of places. So people would have to buy cars. But in a lot of British cities, they took the tram lines up as well, but they also replaced them. Well, in Sheffield, you could go anywhere in the city for 10 pence, 16 cents. 16 cents, you could go anywhere. From one side of the city to the other side of the city. Yeah, I used to live that. That was just over. I made a video about Ingalls. I knew him. When he knew our family. My brother was an amateur boxer. We had about 3 fights, and like I knew that Naz when he was a little kid. Cunt, he was a cheeky little fucker. So my house was about 100 meters from the gym. Yeah, I know his. I know his son one night because his son, when he was about 19, 20, he worked on the door at a big hotel, and he was very skinny, but he was Brendan's son. He knew how to box. He's a trainer now. He's the main trainer there. And there was this guy showing off, so he just fucking chinned him, and he was fucking down on the floor crying. But he used to let me into the hotel, so that was good, because that was the latest time you could get a drink in Sheffield at the hotel. Yeah, sometimes it's good on the subway if you've got a long journey. Have a bit of a rest at my place. Yeah, yeah, you didn't know. Yeah, yeah, Dominic. Yeah, his dad was a great man. If you smoke weed before you go to work, doesn't anyone like recognize that you've been doping up? I've been to Hong Kong and Taiwan. Yeah, I haven't been to mainland, but I've been to Hong Kong a couple of times. Been to Taiwan a couple of times. In Hong Kong, they're just rude cunts. Okay, that's good. Yeah, when I worked in lived in New Zealand, this guy he came around bugging everybody. You know, he was doped up and just couldn't understand, make head and sense, head and tail of him. And then he came round. He came round the shops the next day, apologising to everybody for being an arsehole, which I thought was very nice. That he realised he's been a bit of a twit, and then he just went round apologising to everybody. Looks like it snows here for all day. Oh, I think I realised that because I put my head forward close to read the comments. Oh, Don't get me talking about buying places in New Zealand.
Just making everything up.
Yeah, I think if I lived in America, I'd just make sure I was just like so healthy, because it just takes you one turn, especially if you're smoking or something like that, or overweight, and you're fucked up. Like me. You're talking to someone else now. No? Oh, I missed that comment. Someone said good morning. Hello, pans up. Yeah, maybe this is why they allow them to make all these fuck-ups of people dying. So this could be the thing where they nationalise it but still keep the national insurance contributions high. So was that painful then, Terry? So Yazza, where are you from? I'm guessing you were from Sheffield, or you lived there. Wow. So how much did that cost then for that? Chester or Chesterfield? Have you lived in Sheffield then? But what did you have to pay 5,000 or just a part of that? Oh, okay. Well, it must have been a bad break then. Think yourself lucky you didn't break your dick. Oh, you've broken your dick, but you will only have 30% mobility. Oh my God, doesn't sound too good. You'll have to put it in a warm blanket, mate. Something warm, to stop the weather affecting. I was running once because I did judo. You do a Zempo Kaiten. It's like a forward row, and I was running in the street, and I stumbled. So normally, if you didn't, you would just put your hands down and possibly do damage. So I just went in. I did a Zempo Kaiten and just straight up and carried on running. I think it's one of the coolest things I ever did in my life. Just try some massage on it, mate. Oh, I don't. He's so arrogant. He probably wouldn't want to meet me unless I traced him to. Unless I traced him to fucking Uganda or Kenya, wherever he is. But I talked to a friend, and he spent some time in Kenya, and he says, "Fucking hell, man, the amount of time it takes and all the inoculations and everything. I just won't be going to Africa anytime soon." So it didn't sound a lot of fun. All the things you've got to do. Right, guys, the supermarket's open, and I'll go and get some work done. See you next time. Bye bye.